Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about a new TV series. Well, not too new, it's maybe 2 weeks old or something. Lock and Key. I finally got the chance to watch this series. It did pique my interest when I saw an ad for it some time ago, and I thought, okay, I'll check this show out. It kind of fell off my radar after a little bit, and then I got reminded this weekend to check it out. And I binged it all in 2 days, and here we go. I actually like the show. I didn't love it. I don't think it's my favorite show on television, but I like the fantasy element that it brings to it. At first, I kind of had maybe a Chronicles of Narnia feel, where there was like a sense of mystery and wonder and magic in this house that we are invited to, or the family is invited to, and we're journeying with this family to discover this haunted mansion that has a lot of keys in it. And funny enough, the Locke, their last name is Locke, and I was thinking, well, that's why it has an E at the end of Locke. Well, unless Locks actually. Anyways, before I veer off into a different direction, look, I thought the three kids in this show are definitely the heart of the show. The two teenagers and the kid. Bodhi is the youngest one, and then you got Tyler, who I believe is the oldest one, and then what's her name? Kinsey is the middle-aged girl. So obviously their friendship, their relationship together is what drives the show, as well as their mother Nina, Nina, the mother, isn't too familiar with what's going on in the show because apparently only kids, young people, can see magic, not adults. Even though there is one adult that does see the magic, which is kind of confusing. But fine, let's run with it. I'll say the very first episode grabbed me right away. I really liked the first episode. I feel like they set up everything nicely. They got the mystery in there that got me hooked, and I was ready to go. Especially when the well lady came. I was calling her the well lady too, just like Bodhi was. So I was into it. And I know this show is based off comic. I should mention that on top, but I didn't. But look, I don't read the comics, so I don't know what is comic accurate and what's not. I'm just enjoying the show for what it is. And I think the show did a pretty decent job at did a really good job at setting things up. The rest of the series, however, was maybe up and down for me. I did enjoy all the episodes, but there were moments throughout a lot of them that I was like getting a little bored, getting a little restless, because the teen drama aspect was probably my least favorite aspect. That's when the show started to become to me a little CW-ish, with all the teen angst. And look, I'm at an age now where like I'm already watching the teen angst when it comes to the CW Arrowverse shows, right? And those guys aren't even teenagers. That's the sad part. A lot of those characters. So I get it though. The main characters are teenagers, or at least two of them are, and so we have to get into that teen drama of what's going on in high school and stuff like that, the bullies and romances and whatever. And look, it gets weird when Kinsey gets into a threesome relationship. She literally asks to be in a threesome relationship with the two guys that she is attracted to. I don't want to spoil too much about that relationship, but it gets a little predictable that they're getting into this triangle that the show starts to set up. But I'll say it does get interesting in the last episode. And when you see the last episode, you kind of look back at it and be like, oh, okay. The show did have me interested in a season 2. I will say that, and curious on where the story could go for a season 2. I feel like they kind of did wrap up things enough that I wouldn't have needed a season 2 until I saw the way it ended. Then I was like, okay, season 2, bring it on. I'm not going to say, look, if you're looking for top-notch acting, I'm not going to say the acting is the best. There's some really good actors in this show, and then there's some that are like okay. And I don't want to call anybody out because I feel like actors are always trying, especially when they're new coming actors. And I actually thought the three kids were great, but there are some supporting characters that maybe could have they could have found people better. But you know what? Everybody needs their start, so I'm not going to say to replace anybody. So because that's not my place to say. And maybe there's something in them that I just haven't seen yet. But for the most part, I think the majority of the main actors are what you need. And by the way, while we're on the subject of actors, I have to say it was a joy seeing Aaron Ashmore in this show as Uncle Duncan, the uncle who brings them to the house. Aaron Ashmore, for those of you that are Smallville fans, might remember him as Jimmy Olsen from Smallville. So it was actually pretty cool when he popped up in a couple of episodes. I kind of wish they had him a little bit more because I did like his character. His character did seem enjoyable, especially in the first episode when he flipped the bird to the house. And then Bodie sees him flipping the house, and he's like, "Are you flipping the house?" And he's like, "No, this is just the way we, say hello or whatever." And I thought it was funny their interaction in that moment. So there were some funny moments, and I think Bodhi is the one that obviously keeps the levity, the comedic moments, which was really nice. I actually did like the evil well lady as well. She was there for what she was meant to do, and she was good at it, and I liked it. So. And there's a lot of twists and turns throughout the series that I thoroughly did enjoy. I liked the show when it stuck to the key stuff and gave us mysteries about the kid's father, who we do see in flashbacks occasionally, and how that links up to them in the past. I did like a lot of that stuff. I just feel there were some weak elements, and that could be worked on in a season 2. With that being said, guys, look, I think this is a cool show on Netflix to check out. I could see some people not being won over by it. I did see some negative comments on Twitter, but I saw some positive ones as well. So, look, this show could swing either way for you. This is not like a 13 Reasons Why or a Breaking Bad or something like that. This is more of a family-centric show where kids, you can watch this if you have kids. You can watch this with your kids. That's what this show is made for. It's good for younger audiences. Like I said, it feels like a CW show at times, and I think they wanted their young adult TV series, and that's what Netflix I think was trying to gear towards. Even though at times it does go. Even though I'll say this, it does feel like a better version of a CW show at times. It feels like they are trying to reach somewhere that the CW normally doesn't try to get to. So I'll give it a little bit of points on that. I did like the fantasy elements a lot, which were cool. The teen drama aspect, I could leave that out, and I think the show would be better off for it. I also think that they could have lowered the episode count. Now, I know the episode count is only 10 episodes. I feel like this should have been 6 episodes. I do feel the stretch of the episodes at times, and that's why I would get a little bored once in a while. But for the most part, I think this is, if you're into fantasy type shows, I think this is a cool show for people to check out. Hopefully it does well. I don't know how it's doing on Netflix, but look, I got into it, so maybe they announced that it's already canceled and I just don't know about it, but I watched more. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. If you've seen this show, comment and let me know what you thought of it. I want to know if there's any of my subscribers that saw the show and enjoyed it, or go and check it out and tell me if you enjoyed it afterwards and if you agreed with my opinion. We all have different opinions, and that's all cool. So with that being said, until next time, take care.